We have a variety of different conifers at GPC Newton that we can use in this class to make a conifer key. One thing I want you to pay attention to here is which of these are native. In other words, which of these would have been here 5,000–10,000 years ago, and which were brought by people, planted either when GPC Newton was first constructed, or maybe were planted, I don't know, 50, 100 years ago and are escaped from that original planting. So they're sort of immigrants to the area. So along the path that goes out to the forest, we have a specimen of eastern red cedar. That's Juniperus virginiana right there. And there's also some eastern red cedar seedlings right along this tree line here if you want to look, although I'd be careful about using juveniles because they may not have male reproductive structures, male-female cones, etc. There's also, when we go out here, if we already have or if you haven't, there are some eastern red cedars out in the forest, several nice Juniperus virginiana. Along the back of the parking lot next to the ball field, there's this water containment facility thingy, and there's a fence around it. And right along the fence are some what's called arbor vitae, or the genus here is Thula, and there's several different species within Thula, so it's Thula spp. Those are really cool looking. Have a look at those. Then there's some spruce, okay, right along the ball field next to the clubhouse walkway, and then all along the academic buildings here and here, there's several spruce. And that is from the genus Picea. Take a look at their cones, both the male and female cones, and also the needles where they're placed. They're really cool looking. Let's see. Oh, so right up in this little planter box here are some, I think they're longleaf pine. I don't know. That would be Pinus palustris. You'd need to measure their leaves to really be sure whether or not these are longleaf pine. I think they are, but I don't know for sure. You can tell me. And then on the back, there is some shortleaf pine, or at least there's one shortleaf pine specimen, Pinus echinata. I think, once again, I don't know. I'm basing this off the length of the needles, and that's something you'd want to include in your key. There's also some shortleaf pine interspersed. There's one kind of out here, and there's probably a few more out here where shortleaf pine isn't real prevalent in our local area, although it is a native. And then finally, there is the longleaf pine. Most of the pine trees you see all along out in here are Pinus taeda. That's Pinus, and then the species is Taeda. That's the loblolly pine. And most of these pine trees you see are the loblolly pines, big tall ones. All right, so those are the conifers on campus that you can use.